Oh, what up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Karen and Ross present the Get Our Set of podcast. We're expressing our full capabilities until they want us in ice bought facilities. Um, Brainchild of my child. I am the dad half of this operation, Ross Hooper, coming to you live and in public, if you will. We still here. It's been a minute, but we still here. We got some things to say. As always, I am rocking with the best, my co-host. Man, glad to have you back in the saddle. Please introduce yourself to the folks.
Yo, what's good, back? Everybody's having a good day, month. Yeah, I was saying all that good stuff. And yeah,
Been that long, yo? Been that long?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Half of it I forgot, and the other half I just don't care to do the intro. So let's get to it.
Oh, come on, sir. Come on, man. We back in the saddle. We got shit to talk. Um, let's start with the most obvious because it's been a minute. A lot of shit, a lot of crazy, and a lot didn't happen since the last time we did this. But we still here. We still at it. Ain't neither of us been arrested. That's always a good thing. Let's start with the big easy one. Super Bowl just went by. I can care less about the game. You're not good. Care less about the game. But of course, there was much to do about the halftime show. I finally got a chance to watch it. Unpopular opinion. You, I wasn't blown away. Now, I can't say I'm the biggest Bad Bunny fan only because I'm not super familiar with his music. The fact that it's all in Spanish doesn't bother me one little bit. As someone pointed out, and we'll get to this in a moment probably, like it's wild to me how I see all these Republicans and MAGA folk. Oh my God, it's not English, not English, not English. Listen, I'm in my late 40s. I remember, I don't know if you do, because I don't remember when it hit, but I remember the Macarena for praise. Everybody did that stupid ass Macarena dance. Y'all ain't had no problems with it not being in English then. Richie Valens, La Bamba. Yeah, had no problems with that not being in English, but all of a sudden, Bad Bunny not being in English is a problem. One of the best memes I saw. Um, I forgot which MAGA goofball posted it. It's not in English, and somebody responded, "Well, you can check the Epstein files. That's totally in English and pretty much totally white. You'll understand that very, very well."
Man, I don't know about
Uh,
that.
and then that was the other big deal. You and I have talked about this kind of extensively online. I gotta admit, I'm shocked. Um, Initially, when release the Epstein file, release the Epstein file, like, so dude's a pedo, call it a day. Like, all right, it sucks. And I'm not belittling anything that happened. I'm just saying, dude, no, 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 no. I was wrong. This runs so much deeper than pedo. A lot deeper. Maya touched on it the last time I recorded. I'm trying to figure out how somebody that is not an elected official can have conversations with heads of state. I'm trying to figure out how so many people knew what he was up to and were there. Like, dog, if I'm an elected official, why would I be anywhere near a dude that's been doing the stuff that he been doing? That, and now we come to find out, SA might be the low end of the scale. You might be talking cannibalism on top of all of this. Like the things that have happened, and I can't even say alleged to have happened. We know they've happened. Are way so as if anything could be more sinister than being a PDF file. They found a way to do it. Like I almost wish that was the end of it, but the stuff that's coming out is way hard to imagine, possibly even worse. So we got half of now. This is probably where this gets weird for me. I can't wait to hear your bits and pieces as well. Why does it just seem like only this country? I mean, is it a U.S. citizen thing? Why does it seem like only this country has 6 million pages of files? Why is the Justice Department saying, you know what? We're not going to release anymore? How is it everyone seems to know about this dude for going on over 20 years and he just happened to no longer be in this realm, to put it mildly, just recently? This dude was moving and shaking with major names for a good long while. And even after the slap on the wrist conviction for I think it was Florida. So I you said something a while ago, and it hit like a ton of bricks for those of us who care. It is a rough time to understand you exist in a world, not just a city, not a state, not just a country, but it is coming to light that we all exist in a world run by wealthy white male pedophiles. That's all. And it just makes everything a lie of some sort. Yeah, that's what that's it's just wild to think about. Um, for those of you who utilize VPNs and don't want your search histories accessed, just for shits and giggles, Google adrenochrome and then put two and two together. In the list of names, I'm trying to think if there's a name that I'm trying to think if there's a shocking name. Like I said, we talked about it though. I'm not shocked, but to his credit, there's been no sign of the ball fraud connected to Epstein. So we can give Jordan that one. There's
Mm,
no sign of Mr. Air 23. And I told you, there's no way. It's too much to lose. Too much to lose. So I was right about that.
no, you wouldn't.
Unless it's
And also, well, remember, half the files we will never see.
I was just about to say, unless it's that other 3.5 million.
And then also, he's in trouble for other shit and constantly touching little boy's ass. So he's not looking good right now anyway.
Wait. Okay. You did it again. God damn it.
Bro, that's weird as hell, dog.
He wasn't following the kid's ass.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was pulling his shirt. And you didn't put me in this position where I got to defend this dude. But I
That's
never
weird.
defend this dude. He was it's no. It's weird. Okay, here's the
We
thing.
saw the
It's
footage.
weird.
We saw the
It's
footage.
weird behavior.
We saw the
I
footage.
know. It's weird behavior. It's not PDF behavior. That's the thing.
I don't know. He has a history. Even the commercial tapping a little boy in the ass. So it's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. What is with you and little boys and asses? And it's not like you did it like a little bit, pulled the shirt down, whatever. You were doing that for a good prolonged minute to the point that the kid had PTSD when you moved your arm. Like, nah, I'm sorry. Like, that's a little weird. That's not, and you can't even use excuse, oh, you never had uncles that did that? No, I didn't have uncles that were touching me like that, bro. And also, that's not his uncle. Like, they not blood. Even if it was,
Oh,
that's weird. But hey, whatever. Hey,
it's weird. It's for sure weird. Like it's for sure weird. I, the ball fraud is a lot of things. The reason I call it, there's a lot of reasons I call it the ball fraud. Being a PDF file is not one of them.
you don't know
Like
that.
that.
I'm gonna save you from yourself because you always tend to be wrong. And I'm trying to prevent you from being wrong again. Don't say that. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Just say maybe that instance it wasn't one, but don't say he's not a one because you don't freaking know. So yeah,
Well, for those of us who've been around through the Jordan era, the word on the street, the word on the curb has always been he got a thing for blondes, which is also weird. But yeah,
okay. I don't know what no one does behind closed doors.
officially no.
Okay,
We
just don't go claiming something that you don't know nothing about. This is how you get in trouble.
again just word on the curb. I wasn't there. I ain't never been around, bro. Just word on the
Oh,
curb.
I'm not accusing him of anything, and I'm also not saying he's innocent of anything. I don't know. I don't know none of these people. Nothing surprises me at this point. So yeah, I'm not going to say with my chest out, oh, he's not this. I don't know.
No, so
I'm not saying with my chest out that he is this. I don't know. But that's some weird behavior. And there is a pattern of it. But
so we're going boondocks with it. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. I got it.
yeah, he's an elite. He's been around for a minute. So it's like at this point, if you're elite, you've been around for a minute. Mm,
Adrenochrome. You start to wonder
mm,
things.
like who are you really connected to? Even if it's not public. So it's like, but
Okay,
no.
and so since we're on the topic of basketball, I've watched that blur a good 15 more times. I really would like to shoot King James some bail.
Oh, I,
I, I
I
just,
thought of something else.
come
Oh, I'm not shooting that mother nothing. But yeah, I already told you this a long time ago. But that's why it doesn't surprise me. But hey, that's your king, buddy. Enjoy.
I mean, he's still the greatest basketball player ever lived,
And
but
still false, but that's your king. Enjoy.
here we go. I mean, well, one of the reasons that I've always said is one of the greatest basketball players ever lived is because when you take in the complete body of work, it makes the other guy, who we just talked about, pale in comparison.
No, it doesn't.
Not anymore.
No,
Like you,
no, it's not even 90 more. It doesn't.
come on, come on, man. You talking about somebody that's been with his high school sweetheart that ain't got no scandals off court. All his kids by one
Wonder why.
person.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
Because if you're not out humping around, it's real easy to not have a
Well,
scandal.
that's not true because there's been rumors of him doing it, and he damn near got exposed by the Canadian cannoli. And then before him, there's always been rumors about that he been moving around. And your
Here's the
ex-buddy
thing
kind
though.
of exposed you for that. And then like you know how we say Jordan was protected during his prime? Because he was. You don't think
Absolutely was.
LeBron's not been protected?
You
Especially now
can't.
you know who he is aligned with?
Hold on.
He's been protected,
He
buddy.
got drafted in '03, sir.
Oh, he's been protected. He's been a
There,
household name since high school. High school.
thank you. You just put my point. You just put my point. That's exactly my point.
Nike
There's
deal since high school.
ever since the social media age, there is no protection.
Yes,
You
there
don't
is.
get caught out there.
Dog, the social media has didn't burst until like middle of his career. He came in '03. Social media
Right.
didn't
'03,
exist in '03. So social media came in existence towards the end of 2000s. Really started booming in the 2010s.
2010, about
Right.
2010, right? So that's
During the
seven
peak of his
years.
powers. Right. Where he could
Seven,
be
right.
protected. Right. If Jordan was protected with no social media, you don't think he can be?
You can't, you,
Dog, the person that we freaking talking about has been protected for 20 plus years. If actually longer, if not. So it's like like you don't think LeBron can't be protected? You don't think some of the players right now are being protected?
okay. So here's the
I'll
thing.
tell you for a fact that these players are being protected.
I see your point. Here's the thing though. When you are in certain circles and you are upper echelon, you move around and no one knows where you are anyway. You can't compare LeBron, who got a few M's, to a dude with his own private island.
A few M's. Dude was a billionaire.
What, Ned? He
He was
wasn't
a
27?
multi-millionaire. Like what?
Right. And that's the thing.
So you
You in
saying he
public.
can't get protected by the league because he was the chosen one, literally, before he even came in. Can't and you saying he that the league wouldn't have invested interest to protect him as the face? Like they did Jordan? Even though there were still rumors coming out about him stepping out doing some weird shit. But that kind of got scrubbed in silence. You want to know how I know? Because you brought this up years ago about, there was some about some side chick. And then it was never mentioned again until recently with the Drake stuff. And then, now he getting exposed, calling
Yeah,
them
but we
play
all know
genocide
Jordan.
and stuff. So yeah, it's like now everyone's just airing out dirty laundry.
Well, see that and that's where it's like, dog. When you look at that's what I always said. When you look at the entire body of work, basketball, public figures, so on and so forth, it really makes Jordan look very, very small. However, however, if the worst of Jordan's crimes is getting his wet willy, and I'm not belittling because again, my issue with Jordan is how do you remain loyal to a company that you see is selling a product with your name on it, kids are dying over it, and you do nothing. In fact, you not only do nothing, you branch off from said company, make your own brand Jordan, and duplicate the same thing. So that says a lot about you. You about $1. Republicans buy sneakers too, right, Mike? Okay, cool. But as much as I can pin that on him, I cannot connect him to a genocidal regime. The level of I don't know what to call it. I can't even call it stupid because you can't ever call LeBron stupid, which almost makes it worse. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, LeBron got an interview in All-Star Weekend and talked about how, he's heard nothing but nice things about that nation state with the blue and white star flag. Nothing but nice things.
Yeah.
When we talked about it, because you said it to me, I tried to shoot him some bail, right?
You always do.
Well, that's a tough one because your average goofball, I understand. Your average up MAGA's ass, I understand. And I even told you, your average hood people, I kind of understand as well. LeBron freaking James, you've heard nothing but nice things. You can't be serious, sir. Because you also part of your brain trust is brothers who are aware. Maverick Carter and everybody else, brothers who are aware. You can't convince me because my thought process, just to walk you through and remember it. Look, depending on what you're going through, present day, right in the moment, right in front of your face, right outside your door, I can understand if you don't know about what's going on in Palestine. If you got cops patrolling, or in this case now, depending on where you got ICE patrolling, people getting pretty much abducted, violence, people, you, depending on where you are, you might not have a bandwidth to deal with a genocide. It's kind of hard to have your heart go out to Palestinians when you got cats blasting on your block. I, it's kind of in your periphery. But LeBron James, I've heard nothing but nice things. Who's telling you nice things? Because now I got questions. Because only a certain set of people are going to tell you nice things about that place.
Who's he been surrounded by his entire career? That's what I've been trying to walk you into, but you refuse to walk to it. But yeah, he's been protected for a reason. I don't know why you don't believe he's not been protected. He has.
I mean, when you say protected, you mean what? As in whatever dirt he might do doesn't come to light, or shielded, as in there's only certain information we gonna get to that's gonna get to him.
I mean, it could be both, but two things could be true. But he's definitely stuff not coming to light for sure. He's protected.
Because somehow Jalen Brown is not shielded at all. Kyrie is most certainly not being shielded
What
at
did,
all.
what did they speak about?
Kyrie is very much aware.
I wonder why. And what happened to him? Like,
Shout
we
out
can
to
act,
Kyrie
we can act
Irving.
obtuse all we want, but Like the league's kind of run by, so yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he's protected and he's doing a great job, like a good boy. So yeah,
I was gonna say the most bail I can shoot him is he ain't exactly been up on international matters to begin with because we saw, walk back his comments on China. Got kind of had to bend the knee on that one.
ain't no kind of he
Um,
did, and you know why?
bend
Still,
the knee on that one. And see, I don't know if this is so much bending the knee as it is
I was not bending
willfully
the knee.
obtuse.
You think, and this is
Because like I said, dog, I've heard nothing but nice things. Either you flat out lying, or you got some very interesting people telling you some shit, telling you some things.
or both. At this point, who cares what the reason is? Like, why? We know what side you're on. Like, at that point, I don't really care what the reason is.
I give you an example. Hold on. I give you an example. Give you an example. Um, it was the Grammys. It was the Grammys or the Academy Awards. One or two. Uh, you know who Jelly Roll is?
Heard the name.
All right, Jelly Roll, dope white singer. And he pretty much got up because he could read the room. And he was like, look, I don't know enough to give a comment about this, that, and the third. Let me go do some. Basically, doing a summation. Be basically he was like, let me go do some homework, and I'm gonna get back to y'all because right now I don't know enough to really give an opinion either way. So there, as I have to say, there's an instance of a celebrity saying, "Yo, I don't know enough."
You believe?
So for LeBron to be like, "I've heard nothing but nice things," think of what? You could have just, yo, I don't know. I don't know, which I probably wouldn't have believed, but I don't know.
You
But to be
believe
like, yo,
Jelly
I've heard
Roll?
nothing
Why
but nice
not?
things.
Why won't you believe your glorious king? You already, you just believe Jelly Roll for saying that bullshit. So now you would definitely believe LeBron. I'm 100% sure you would. Just because it's LeBron. Like, I'm sorry, you give a long leash to people you like. You do. I don't care what you say. You do. Everyone that's been on this guest show knows you do. If you don't like them, they can fucking cut their hand and you will still blame them for something. But if you love them, oh, they can chop someone else's hands off. You will still get, well, you see, I gotta shoot them bell, play devil's advocate, because so yeah, like yes, you would. You for sure would. And everyone knows you would. You know you would. So yes, if LeBron said, I don't know. I'm not, I've been just focused on basketball, my family, blah, blah, blah. I have nothing, I don't know anything about what's going on over there. I'm barely on social media, even though that's a lie. So yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Hold on. That would look away. For sure that would look away. Because we're not gonna believe you.
You believe Jelly Roll when he said that?
Um, when you refer to yourself as a goofy country hick, I didn't do that for you. When you refer to yourself as a hick, okay, so we kind of get where you're going here. We kind of get where you're going here. Um, because now we drifting into different territory. But now we slightly drift into different territory. Like, okay, so you were owning your backwoods uninformed heritage. Got it. So like, okay. You said it, I one of those you said it, I didn't.
And yet the
Didn't want to make
backwoods and
assumptions.
all of them got something to say about stuff going on here and everything else, and like they know everything and clearly don't. So like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. But like I said, it's just yeah. Sorry, Brian. I really can't shoot you no bell because you're you. And I heard very nice thing. Nigga, what? I can't. No, no, just no. Like say like no, just no, dog. And between that and KD's burner accounts and KD being connected to companies that are connected to the nation state, the blue and white flag, you really got to start wondering what's the price of admission. You really got to start wondering. So all y'all do. So once you get to a certain point is it a safe presumption that at some point you done sold part of your soul, if not all of it?
Oh, well,
Because it's funny, yeah, there's Jalen Brown, um, there's a Kyrie. We can name the ones. Cap, Ali, we can name the ones on two hands, right?
two. I mean, one.
Because I'm sure some I'm forgetting, but we can name them ones on two hands.
I can name on one hand. I don't know where you getting all the other 10, bro. But hey, if you got it, that's
I mean, because it's got to be more than five.
why do you
Got
say
more than
why do you
five?
say it's got to be more than anything? It ain't got to be nothing.
Because okay, let me put it like this. I think just roundabout number. I think there's 350 people in the NBA.
Hmm.
It's more than Jalen Brown and Kyrie. That's about that. That's about it.
How
It
you know?
ain't just them two.
How you know? And Wimby. And Wimby in there. So how you know that?
Oh, salute them.
But yeah,
Shout out to them.
but how you know that though? Because those three are the only ones willing to actually speak out. Well, who else have you heard in the NBA speak out? Exactly. So yeah, it's not two handfuls. It's one hand.
Well, the reason I say it's got to be more than that because if you're talking about who's going to speak out, who's on that platform, yeah, it's not a whole lot, but I'm sure it's a lot. I'm just going to limit. It's 350 people in the NBA. It
Okay.
ain't just three. That's with the shits.
Why not? What? Why is that hard to believe?
Background, background, like that. That's
They gotta do anything.
everything. Everything. So that's got something to do with everything,
What?
bro. Okay, I hate to say it because and that's another thing we probably need to touch on is how this whole thing sounds so dated. Look, the reality situation is a good chunk of these NBA players,
About their
these
money. Right.
hold on, where I was going was a good chunk of these NBA players still come from underprivileged areas.
So did
So they've
LeBron.
been through some shit.
So does LeBron, man.
Agreed.
What are we talking about? Kyrie didn't come
So
from an underprivileged player. His father was NBA player. Or not or NBA or and his uncle was NBA player and his father played overseas. Jalen
who,
Brown,
Kyrie?
I don't know, I don't remember, I don't know James Brown, so I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying
What are you talking about?
basically you can't all let me phrase it properly. There's a good chunk of hood dudes that give back. And a lot of these dudes is ex-hood dudes. Now, am I saying they on the Kyrie level of being internationally aware? No. Those are far and few between. But just in general of doing good and giving back to the community, open up a boys and girls club, helping out the neighborhoods they came from.
But you said with the shit. If you're saying that does charity, then yeah, then it's most majority, if not all, the NBA. LeBron does that. What are we talking about? You said with the shit, so I'm assuming you mean that will stand up and speak about some serious that can cost them everything. And you
Okay,
can't
I got
name.
you.
That's
You're
what
right.
I'm.
You're
If
right.
you're just talking about
Okay.
charity
Well,
stuff, then yeah, then that is majority, if not all, the NBA. They all do that. All of them. Include LeBron, Curry, Durant, and all the people that we hate now. But yeah, like, but I'm not talking about that. That's easy. I'm talking about like actually stand on your nuts. Say speak about something that literally does affect all. What do you want to go
okay.
ahead?
Well, see, now we can take it out of the NBA. Now, if we talking about that, then we gotta. Yeah, it might be two hands across all sports. Okay, I get what you're saying.
I was
Yeah, it
just talking
might be
about
two
NBA.
hands.
I don't know about all sports, but I was just saying NBA. You count on one hand.
Okay,
Yeah.
like I said, we talking about taking that stance. Yes, because I'm
That's
like,
what I thought
it's
we were talking
that's
about.
yeah. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I'm just saying, like, look, it's folks that's doing some stuff maybe behind the scenes, funding some things behind the scenes that we can't see.
NBA
But
cares.
no,
It exists. Yes, I know. I'm not talking about that. That's easy. Talking about actually standing for something
right.
that will cost you. Because it will cost
Okay.
you.
So I think it's more WNBA players. If that's we gonna do that.
No, yeah, and you see what's happening right now. So yeah, like the league might not come back. So yeah, it's
Oh no, they ain't gonna. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
okay. Keep thinking it.
You
Cause
can't just wipe the whole league. Come on now, you can't just wipe the whole
why
league
not?
clean.
Because you have competition that is right there. They are itching for y'all to fail. And if the WNBA keeps playing around, playing hardball, especially the last report that I seen, I don't know if it's true or not, but I seen from the reports it is that yeah, like there's a huge gap still, and damn near the WNBA players took less, and they still won't give them that. So it's like yeah, and you got Stewie going overseas, damn near during the beginning of the season, that if it does start. It's like yeah, it ain't looking too good.
Wow. Because I'm like, what I was figuring is they're gonna ask for something high, and then they're gonna come just a little bit short. So they're saying, hey, just throw out a number. Hey, every player's base salary should be 150K. Then WNBA is like, nope, we're making 125. So, but because you can't just wipe out the league. You know, your golden goose, Caitlin Clark, is coming back. Like you, no, that alone does give them some leverage because ain't nobody gonna be like, oh well, looks like we just gonna fold up the whole thing. That ain't gonna happen. You can't just wipe the whole league out
Why not? Neither
because
side
it's
agrees. What happens? There's no league. If you're that far apart, there's no league. And if you
yeah.
have competition who is really succeeding,
Wait, what
there's no
competition?
unrivaled. There's other stuff coming. So yeah,
But that's not a 5-on-5. If I'm not mistaken. Correct?
not
That's like
yet.
3-on-3.
It is not yet.
Yeah,
If the
that's three
WNBA
on
don't come back, guess what? So and they already proven they can sell out NBA arenas, which is 3-on-3. I was like, there's money there. And they know it's money there. The WNBA knows it's money there. They just don't want to give them a good percentage of it, which is on
I'm
them.
just checking. I mean, because I see both ends of it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Shout out to you. I just wanted to see because I haven't really seen anything about it, so I was just curious to see where we are. This is coming from CBS News. Players have dropped their revenue sharing target from 31% to an average of 27.5. So I'm just curious what the big hole of it. Just pay these women.
Not my business. Good luck to them. Well, yeah.
Slow. Absolutely slow. Oh, that's shifting gears. That's the thing I wanted to mention to you. Have you heard about a Predator Badlands sequel yet?
I mean,
Okay.
is it
Did the
gonna be?
homework. So I got to digging because you remember how it ended. His mom showed up,
Yeah.
and that's what they're going to aim towards. They're trying to get the mom, but one of the biggest things is like, oh, I guess that would be an issue. They don't really know how to execute a female Yautja. They've done so in the comics, but they're trying to figure out how to do that on the big screen. Apparently, that's a big deal. Oh
Just
yeah,
follow the
okay.
blueprint. It's not. Ah, good God. Hollywood so ass. But yeah. Uh, well, if it's been greenlit, well, good luck.
Yeah, so they're trying to figure that step one, like how do we bring a female Yautja? How do we bring his mom to life? But I gotta salute to you, say it publicly, that you were right. That was a dope ass movie. I'm like, I actually want to go watch it. I actually want to go rewatch it now. That's a dope movie. So you call it because they're all synths and they're not. It's not real blood. You can get away with the PG-13 rating, but that was a good ass
I
movie.
thought it was a brutal, like the gore was still there. It's just not blood. So they could get
Yes.
away with it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, not real animals, obviously. But aliens. And synthetics, like, those aren't real people. So if they get chopped up and leak and all that, it's like as long as it's not real blood, they can you can damn near do anything in PG-13.
I'm learning. I'm learning that because I'm like, because again, AVP, the first Alien vs Predator was PG-13. It was hot cheeks,
Because
like
that was
Jesus.
actually humans, though. That's why. But
You're right.
like, if you remember Doctor Strange, the last one, Multiverse of Madness, remember in
Yeah,
the beginning with the big monster, the giant eye got it ripped out? That's
yeah.
PG-13, but because it's a monster and not a human, because if it was John Wick style when the eye came out, it's like, all right, that's rated R. But because it's a CGI monster, it's cool.
You get away with it. Yeah,
You can do whatever you want to the monster, and whatever.
you are
But
correct.
yeah,
So yeah, for those who anyone who slept on it, please go see Predator Badlands. It is so kick ass. Cannot wait to the sequel. Did bring up a question mark. Like I don't know which franchise is better right now. I think they're probably neck and neck because Alien has two certified classics. The first two, Alien and Aliens, are certified classics. Um, and the last two are really good. So Aliens got four in on their end. Predator, I think the same thing. The first two, first one of course was Schwarzenegger. Second one when they did Irvin and Danny Glover, and then the last two, Frey, and this one. So
and
great
the
sci-fi.
animated movie that you didn't see.
Oh yeah, yeah. I still haven't
And
seen
also, I think Predators was good too.
which one.
Predators, when they was all dropped in the world
Oh,
with
still haven't watched that.
With Morpheus. So yeah. Well, he's not Morpheus the boy, but same actor. Lawrence Fishburne, whatever. But yeah. So they got more than that. That movie's pretty good. So they got about 5 or 6.
Touche. It's a at some point when I get a bored moment I'll go back and look because I'm still trying to figure out how do we get them to cross genre to begin with.
It's not
Because
hard.
again,
Both alien. It was kind of easy. Mhm.
no, I mean like see here's the thing you gotta remember this happened when I was a kid. Like Alien is 1979
Oh, I
and
got it.
Aliens is 84-ish. No, I think it's a little later than that. Aliens is a little later than that. But Predator isn't until 87. So we're already two movies in by the time Predator is thought of.
That's not a hard topic
Conceptually,
to bring those two together. Like, it makes sense.
I mean, it does now.
It will make sense back then. Like they're both aliens. One is a hunter, one is the ultimate, life form or other hunt. Like it makes sense for them to clash or exist in the same universe because they are in the same universe. That was the easiest layup ever. But yeah, other than that,
like I said, I'm glad they turned it around, but they screwed it up the first go around. Sanaa Lathan in it, and then made it PG-13. I've still not watched that entire movie. Like no, no, just absolutely not. Oh, that's what I'm to tell you about. Scream 7. It's on the way.
I'm not watching that.
I gotta give him credit though.
Like, why are we still on? What? How is there 7? Like, how are we not killing these? These are normal dudes. This ain't like Jason, Freddy, or hell, even fucking Art the like it's some supernatural stuff. Like it's damn near hard to kill them up. This is regular dudes. Remember, the first few movies are little satires or horror movies. So the fact that this shit is still going on, and it's regular dudes, y'all aim is ass. Like, how we not murk every single one? Like, like, shout out to that white dude on Instagram, doing the horror story. I said, it's like, bro, a knife?
Oh my
Like, what are we talking about? Are you
like
about to
fam,
get
just get in the car, drive off. I wish I knew his handle because I'll shout him out. Yeah,
like,
me.
bro, he is like he might be a brother in spirit or something. Because God, like, there's no way that some of this shit like it's a regular dude. You won't get blasted, and I will double tap, so you not getting up. So
Yeah,
yeah,
this is clearly the Scream series clearly does not take place in an
no,
open carry state.
It doesn't take place in reality because the fact that they still live, I get is multiple people, and I got multiple ammunition. So let's go. What are we doing?
Yeah, because most of the way these cats be getting got. Oh, it wouldn't be me. Wouldn't be me. Like I barely, unless it's you and like three other people, I barely talk on the phone anyway. So that calling me with the voice decoder, like,
Oh, it's
hate it.
unknown numbers anyway. So you wouldn't get in contact. You would have to come in the crib, and at that point, it's free eats for me. Either you get it, I get it.
Answer
Somebody
the
gonna
phone. Like, I don't even answer. Unless it's like a number I recognize, I don't even answer the phone. So I'm just trying to call me and talk greasy on the phone. That ain't gonna work. You think something else?
somebody gonna answer the phone. So you like, one, who has house phones anymore? So what the fuck you call it? But two, it worked back then when house phones were relevant. Now it's like, who the hell has a landline or a house phone anymore? No one.
Nobody.
Shout out to grandmas
Nobody.
and grandpas. They probably still. But other than that,
Like I said, people barely answer their actual phone now.
you don't even leave messages no more. So it's like you gonna call, I'm not gonna pick up. So we just gonna go on the rest of our day.
That's your fault, by the way. I don't know when people start this whole, I'm not leaving messages. Then how am I
That
supposed to
ain't
know
my,
you called?
that ain't my fault.
How am I supposed to know you called? That's literally what voicemail is for.
I
I'm
mean, I
just gonna
don't.
let the phone four
Well,
times and hang up and
here's the
don't leave
thing.
it. Hey, you didn't got this far, right? You let the phone ring 4.5 times. You may as well leave a message. Why you gonna hang up now?
That part I kind of I don't like that. Like, if you want an unknown number, you call me, leave a message. If you call me and it's important, leave a message. Like if you just call me just to kick it or just be like, yo, what's up? I don't really care if you leave a message. But if it's
Like,
important or it's an unknown number, you don't leave a message, I will never get back to you.
I'm with you there. Like, it was unknown. It was unknown. I'm sending you right to voicemail anyway. So you don't have to wait for a ring. You gonna write the voicemail right off top. And wait for a ring.
I agree.
Like, oh, I don't recognize this number. Phew, gone.
Pretty much.
So, but yeah, I don't get that whole not leaving a voicemail thing. Like, man, I had to do that now. Like, dog, if you didn't leave a message, um, I don't understand the lack of commitment. You let it ring 4.5 times. You may as well leave a message now. I don't know where we got this whole I'm not leaving messages thing. But
Just
anywho, here we are.
because text, just send a text. 'Cause a lot of stuff can be explained in text. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah.
So, like I said, I leave you messages. If by some off chance I call you don't answer, I always leave you a message because I'm like I'm not going to sit there and commit to 4.5 rings then not leave a message. But yeah,
Uh, If I call someone, they don't pick up, and it's not important, or I know they don't, or it's not important. Yeah, if it's not important, I'm not leaving it. But if it's important, or I know you don't have my number, I will leave a message.
oh, shifting back, bro, did you see the workout commercial?
No. Well, commercial.
There was a workout commercial with Robert Kennedy and Kid Rock, and I'm like, the fact that they've been calling it the broke back workout, I'm like, y'all foul, y'all foul. Cause they walking through there, no shirts on and slow mo, hitting it with the dumbbells. I'm like, see, that's cold. That's quite insulting to our LGBTQ plus brothers. Like that's insulting to them.
It's
That's insulting to them,
I'm
actually.
not gonna say.
That's insulting to them.
Rest in peace.
But,
But good, good.
but yeah, Heath Ledger. But yeah, I'm like, this ain't it. Yeah, there's a certain level of delusion it takes to be MAGA. Like I want to say I aspire to have that level of delusion, but no, never in life do I aspire to be that detached from actual reality. Like, what are we doing?
Sounds like a good time. You might not live
And
long.
and,
Sounds like a good time.
and it's just, well, I mean, here's the thing. Like I said, you and I talked about this off script. I'm just really disappointed in white guys. Really disappointed. You talk that life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and Second Amendment, and my guns, and you just Negan. You just let Negan do what Negan do. If you don't get the reference, go watch The Walking Dead. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. But it's just sad to see. Like, wow, all of this tough Tony talk, and you fold like laundry, boy. Fold it up like laundry. That's just bad. Think what else we got here? What else we got here? Actual NBA talk. I was working today and listening to First Take in the background. Someone floated the idea of and I'm just had to laugh at it. Floated the idea of Giannis to the Lakers. Wow, that would be fun to see. They pretty much wouldn't have a first round draft. The only way that happens is they don't have a first round draft pick until like 2030.
Go with that.
Because the problem is you're probably gonna have to get rid of you probably have to include AR-15, and that's just now it's not a good trade anymore.
Go with that.
Bruh. Luca, AR-15, and Giannis, yes.
No,
Just
that's
Luca
what I
and
want the
Giannis.
most. That's what I want the most, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna happen anyway. I'm not even
Hmm?
entertaining. But yeah, unless he comes as a free agent, which could happen in 2 years. The year after, wait, is the off season after next year, he's a free agent.
I
So I
mean,
guess,
we know
I
he's
guess
getting
it would be
traded.
2 years. But yeah, uh,
We know he's getting traded, though. We know he's getting traded.
at this point, I don't. He flip flops so much, I have no idea.
Well, that's the thing. No, we have see to
Yes,
his
he has.
credit.
He's flip flop. Yes, yes.
The only thing I've heard is, I'm a buck. Basically, I'm a buck until I'm not.
No, yeah, that's the only thing you heard. That's not what he said. He's flip flop because he don't want to be the bad guy. He wants out, but he also wants to stay
You don't want
loyal.
to walk in the office.
Yeah, but he also doesn't want to leave because one, he's the man. Two, he wants to win there. But and there's no guarantee wherever he goes he's going to win. We seen that with KD and we seen that with other stars. Heck, we seen that with Dame. He literally
But
went there with him. Stay,
and I
stay
still say they
low.
should have given it a better chance, but here we are.
Who?
They, like you let Dame, did you give Dame a chance to heal up and come back and run it back?
They ran it for 2 years and did nothing.
Well, that's where for me, I'm like, okay. The Dame Giannis experiment didn't really get a great chance to work because you went and got this dude Doc Rivers, and that's a problem.
I agree
Wait,
with that. But Doc Rivers aside, still ain't work. So and now you want a Dame that's a lot older and is coming off an Achilles. What do you think that's gonna work?
like I said, Giannis in LA would be cool, but Giannis in LA would be, I mean, Giannis in New York would be cooler.
If he
And
does,
if it doesn't happen, I really want to go and just hit Mikal Bridges with the rock bottom. But yeah,
what did
like
Mikal
this is
Bridges
your
do?
fault,
Why is that his fault?
bruh. And I hate to quote Stephen A. Smith on anything, but he's got a point there. You ain't worth 4 or 5 first round draft choices.
You're worth whoever's willing to see. That's the thing about worth. You're worth whoever's willing to pay it. They paid. If that's what your market and someone wants to pay
Hell,
for you, then that's what you're
if
worth.
if Mikal Bridges is worth 5 draft choices, 5 first rounders, then what is Giannis worth? 10?
He's worth a lot more, but he's not gonna get that because remember that happened before the new CBA, if I'm not mistaken. So people are a lot more stingy now and not willing to just give up the kitchen sink. So yeah, we're not going to see trades like that anymore. But
Oh, not. As I said, if Giannis don't end up in New York, then we should be at MSG, just run up on the court and hit your man Mikal Bridges with the rock bottom.
how's that his fault though? That's not his, they paid him that. I mean, they traded for him for that. Like I said, they tried the trade didn't go through because Milwaukee either didn't want what they were offering. That ain't got nothing to do with Miguel Bridges. What? Like, what? You paid OGL that money. Yeah, Brunson took a discount. Cat still got all that money, and you got that's four players without damn near max if not Superman. Well, no, not Superman, but all max players damn. So yeah, that's the Knicks' fault. They overpaid for it. Don't blame McHale. He didn't ask for that.
That's just
So really
yeah.
blame the Knicks as usual, because they always screw it up. Only thing that's worse than them that chokes every day is Miami, because they don't never get nothing. Ever since LeBron left and Jimmy somehow fell and they left. Oh yeah, shout out Miami.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting piece of puzzle. And it just and the name that's not being mentioned enough, you gotta feel bad for Steph at this point. Like no one saw Jimmy Butler getting hurt and out for pretty much the year. I'm just at least LeBron has gotten to move around and gotten that title in LA. Steph is going to be super loyal and stay in Golden State. And it's like, you got Jimmy Butler to get some help. But,
He's older. They're all old. Like we can,
well, yeah, that's the thing, though. Steph ain't playing like it.
yeah, it's not about the play, it's about health. Steph gets banged up. Jimmy for sure does. Al Horford
Well,
does.
and I
Like,
mean,
yeah, you have an old
and for,
squad.
and for what we hearing, Clay don't necessarily want to be in Dallas no more.
Wait,
So,
he came there
uh,
to play with Luca and Kyrie. They both gone.
well,
And he could I don't think he ain't expect Luca to get traded. No one
no,
did.
no.
No, he came in there and said, all right, I got a shot. They just came from the finals, literally. I got a shot. My job easy. I just sit in the court or whatever. Open shots all game. Well, now none of them shots is over because they both gone. Shout out to Coop. He killing now because, Jay the Kid finally used his point guard brain and said, yeah, he's not a point guard. Oh, go figure. So, yeah, they're rebuilding, and I don't think Clay wants to be part of a rebuild. So, yeah.
Yeah, so go back home, bro. Go to Golden State. That'd be cool. Reunite the Splash Brothers. That'd be cool.
He never left.
If you be possible. But yeah, it is NBA is gonna be interesting. I don't know if Detroit is for real or not. I know they didn't spank the Knicks a couple times, but I think that game comes on tomorrow. That's gonna be important to see because the Knicks get spanked again with two hurt Pistons. That does not bode well for the playoffs.
I thought they had a break. They come back tomorrow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tonight or tomorrow.
No, you're right. It's tomorrow. Huh.
Okay, because tonight we about to cut this short. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so let me see. Touched on the Super Bowl. Ah, the usual nonsense. And a new response because this is if one thing encapsulates everything you need to know in one sentence, when that goofball, when pressed about Epstein survivor, so on and so forth, and her response is the Dow's over 50,000. That should tell you everything you need to know in one phrase.
And
So we literally sitting here, we got people who have survived this. Your office has exposed their names, right? But the Dow's over 50,000. Nigga, who can I don't condone violence against women. I gotta revive us. I do not condone violence against women. Now, I'm not suggesting it, if Jasmine Crockett just decided to go pay her a visit. I don't know, Jasmine. I don't know what's on your schedule lately. But you want to go have a nice little chat. Be curious to see how that goes. But, you know, the Dow is over 50,000. That's gonna be the new patented stupid ass response. That time someone asks me something like completely credible and I just need to duck out of it. No, I don't see the Dow to 50,000. Mr. Cooper, did you rob that bank? How'd I do that? The Dow's over 50,000. Do you know
is
people
that
that
a
were at
lie?
Epstein Island? What all those people, those transcripts we've seen, and people you know at Epstein Island? I don't know nothing about that. I know the Dow over 50,000. And it's just like, It's a joke. It's not a joke. It just shows the absolute level of what the entire ever living fuck are we on right now. I use the term we use loosely. Well, shout out to Cali. Cali was like, "Hey, check it out. We're gonna be making deals with other countries because this idiot don't control us. You're not the boss of me." So when the U.S. walked out the World Health Organization, Cali was like, "No, we got a little bit of sense. We gonna still lean with that, rock with that. Y'all can do whatever y'all want." California, on the other hand, West Side 30W's up. We gonna be informed about diseases and such because I think you sent me something about, I think it was a measles or some kind of outbreak. And my immediate thought was, wow, if you weren't paying attention to that, how would we know? Because the US ain't the World Health Organization no more.
I forget that. The biggest thing is why is the second the US left, all these cures to cancer just miraculously came out. And you've been sitting there, and I've been telling you for the longest. I said you don't think they have a cure for this. And then, like I said, the elephant moves, and then all of a sudden, instantly, they all just come out. So now you're gonna have to apologize again. But yeah, this is
I'll,
this is
I'll
crazy.
apologize slightly. I'll apologize slightly. And here's why I apologize slightly.
Yes.
The cast who said, "Who's cure for cancer?" Cast been saying this since like the early 2000s,
Yeah.
right? I,
It,
d- I don't believe the cure goes back that far.
why
I do
not?
believe.
Why? Why?
Well, no. Let's do it the other way. Why do you believe it does? Why do you believe it does? Why do you think Kelsey be sitting here sitting on that for decades? Why do
Well,
you
they're
believe it
not
does?
just sitting on shit for decades. Is that not in this history of this land that you freaking were born on? Is that not in this history of them sitting on some crazy ish for a long time? Everything you know is a lie anyway. You already came to that realization. So, and it doesn't help that they just left and everything came out. They just left. So how is it? It's basically like saying the room stinks and you've been there for a minute. Then you leave and the room just smells nice. It's like,
Well,
huh?
guess who was Pigpen? Guess who was Pigpen?
He was in a room that smelled like shit for however long we was in there for. The second you leave, everything just gets clean. Smells nice. Stuff heals. Like,
Uh,
yeah. And
okay.
if you know that here that everything's it's not about healing, it's about business, why would they let their biggest business go? Do you know how much money they make off that every year? From
There's okay.
treatments
I
and
got
all
it.
this and doctors and that and the donations on top. Like, do you know how much money that comes in a year?
So here's my question. Riddle me this. Riddle me this. Okay, I'll play. I'll play along. Riddle me this.
Don't bail for
So
these
let's
people.
just say you are in that network. You are that upper echelon. You are connected. You know that somewhere in a lab that the public doesn't know about, there are cells and treatments, but you can't say nothing.
Yeah.
What happens when your sister gets diagnosed? What do you do then? See, this is where it falls apart. This is where it falls apart.
No, it doesn't. One, you won't know. Like, one, you don't know these people's family members and who got what, and if they were killed or not. You don't know. Like, dog, the fact that you try to give U.S. bells is just how I know we're a failure to society. I don't understand this. They have zero. You should have like at this point, critical thinking should be the only thing you do. And if you really question everything, I'm starting to doubt that because you don't even question everything. What are we doing? They deserve. They get no bail, none. If it
I'm
cracks
not
like a
shooting.
dog, it looks like a duck. Guess what? Crack. Like, what are we doing? Like, there's like
I'm
there's too
not
much.
shooting bail.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not shooting bail. I'm saying I've always had that because once upon a time, everybody said, you did a cure for AIDS. Well, you see how long it took. But yes, there is now. Actually, I take that back. No, there isn't. There isn't a cure for AIDS. There's something to keep you from getting HIV.
I'm saying,
Or there's a cure for HIV to keep it from ever becoming AIDS. Key difference.
Yeah,
right?
it's a cure for HIV, so you won't get AIDS
That
because you
that was
get it.
so help me understand. Why would that be released to the public and not a cure for cancer?
Because one, they want you to have more kids, so that makes sense.
Huh? What? What?
The one that makes sense for a sexually transmitted disease to just disappear, so you can start having more sex. What are we having a shortage of worldwide, especially here?
What?
Babies? The birth rate is down.
Oh no, no, no. Birth rate's down. The difference.
Still,
Birth rate's down. White people.
right. So it kind of proves my point. They got rid of abortions. They they started to cure sexual transmitted. Why? They want you to have more kids. That would make sense. Versus cancer. I don't really care if you die or not because I'm gonna make money.
It's-
Not to mention Magic ain't fucking die. So hey, there you go.
There you go.
Right? So you could actually honestly say, just look at Magic like, hey, Magic might have been something because nothing happened to him. And everyone thought he was gonna die at that time.
Yeah, 91. Yes, we did. I
Yes.
mean,
So yeah, he didn't die. Live healthily. Happily ever after. Still walking to this day. Hee hee.
yeah.
So yeah, like nah, it's just it makes too much sense, bro. Yes, they would hold stuff. That's what they do. Like I don't know why that's out of the realm of possibilities for you to say, why would they withhold that much? Because of business and money?
I'm about to say because that's the thing. As I always told you, you're a kid, follow money. So I'm like, okay, cool. Age research, and I have to check, but because there's more kinds of cancer, I'm going to presume by default there's more research dollars put into it. But given the monster that HIV was, again, you weren't even alive yet, but I remember very well. Um, given the fear of what came along with HIV. Because again, in the late 80s, early 90s, we thought it was a death sentence. We thought magic was out there. We thought magic was out there, right? It would, I would think, if this is just about the bread, it would make more sense to cure cancer, but not HIV. But I don't know. It's all wild.
Why? You ain't fucking paying for no fucking HIV. I mean, you ain't pay billions of dollars a year over cancer.
Okay. Because, hold on, let me.
That
So,
don't even
wow,
make sense. What?
it goes back to the question I asked you a few moments ago. Hypothetically speaking, if someone's sitting in a this is sitting in a lab and only higher ups know super duper top secret know this, right? Here's the thing. Because pretty much your entire body is a possible cancer risk versus HIV, it also means if I know what's going on behind door number two and not saying shit, there's a possibility. What like I said, what happens when your sister gets cancer?
Either if you're that connected, you'll get it, or, you know, I know you're not diabolical enough to think about it. You just let them die. Like,
That would be
yeah, I don't know why that's a hard concept to understand, but yeah, either you do, like you got enough pool where it's hush hush and you ain't, hey, you good, say nothing or you die, or you say nothing and you die, and hope the regular methods of pumping all types of poison in your body destroys it. But yeah, either way, they still
I
win.
mean it's just wild. Honestly, dog, it's just wild to even be having these conversations in any capacity. Like again, it's just
Whole world we live in, shadow future.
at some point, I guess I won't say deep dive, but I have vastly underestimated how heinous Epstein was. You mentioned this, and I was like, you might have a point. We have since the inception of this show talked about the Hitler wing of hell. We have since graduated to the Leopold wing of hell. And you introduced the notion maybe Epstein needs his own wing. And I was like, nah, that's going too far because we don't have the body count. Maybe we, in
No,
a weird way, maybe we do.
that's not fully what I said. I said he the fucking devil. Ain't got nothing to do with
Wait,
it.
what'd you say?
He's the fucking devil. I ain't say nothing about his own way. He's the fucking devil. He's just in there. So yeah, nah, like he the fucking devil. Well, excuse my French, but I don't even care. He a damn devil. So yeah, yeah, he right there with him, if not worse. So yeah,
Yeah, if
good
they're,
googly
I
moogly.
just, I didn't realize there were ties to the nation state, the blue and white flag. That is absolutely crazy. Um,
Yeah, go down that rabbit hole.
but then I just found I was like yesterday years old because shout out to the Young Turks. I don't know if you watch, but I send you stuff from them sometime. Shout out to Young Turks. No one's talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, who her pops is. I didn't realize until a couple days ago her pops was a super spy that had a hand in the creation of said nation state with the blue and white flag.
Oh, it's
This
not a
shit
rabbit
is
hole. It's,
all
yeah,
fuck connected, and it's
everything is.
just
Like everything is. Literally everything. This is not a rabbit hole. This is a damn iceberg, Mount Everest, fucking meteorite crater.
and I'm reminded of your very basic but profound fundamental question. And I found myself circling back to that more and more because you asked me this a few years ago, and I was like, I didn't put too much stock in it. It's a great question, but yeah, the answer didn't have that much stock in it. It does now. What is it about us, and I'm talking species level now, that we just have to have a ruling class, that we have to have some kind of governing body? Like I understand we we as a species we do need order, but I'm calling me goofy. I think that order can come without the necessity of elites and rulers.
Okay.
Granted, it hasn't happened throughout our history very often.
Not since civilization, but probably the hunter gatherers and all that before, yeah. And remember, you can say they had leaders and all that, but they still moved as a unit.
Right.
So
If you
it's
got
like,
elders, it makes sense.
yeah, but they still moved as a, like, but yeah, it's just kings, czars, pharaohs, governments, whatever, rich elites that will control everything from the side. Like since civilization, that's been a thing. And like I said, if somebody knows the answer why, I'm willing to know. But
It's,
probably not gonna find that out until, the eyes closed permanently. So yeah. But yeah.
it just on a very base level. Hey, Kane, looks like you could use some food. I got a little extra. Here you go. See how easy that is?
Mhm.
Like, hey, I understand you and this other person aren't having a really great time and having a disagreement. How about we talk it out instead of you shank them? See how easy that is?
Yeah, depending on what the disagreement is about. Because it might be some shankable offense, not gonna lie to you. But like speaking about who we talking about, that is definitely a shankable offense. So at that point, I don't want to talk. You want to talk to this neck in your neck. But yeah, and GTA of course. But yeah, this is this nah.
Oh god. But it amazes me how as a species we want to cling to dated ideals as if we don't have the capability to do better.
No, we don't.
That's the part that throws me off. Like,
That's why most outside of certain ones, like Buddhism and stuff like that, this doesn't apply to. But all the main ones, I guess that's why there's so much stock in religion and stuff like that, because it's all about faith in things not you, outside of your control, outside of you. So putting your full, undivided, 100% faith in something else, so you become dependent on it and not search within, which makes you easier to control and dictate stuff with. That's a whole nother subject and question, but yeah. Shout out to Earth and humans.
right, because we somehow we're the most evolved yet simultaneously unevolved, and
Everything's connected.
yeah. Oh, and again, just shift gears to stuff just seeing come across the desk. Um, there's a lot of apologies that people are owed. Um, Try to go back 5 years. And again, we talked about it. I'm not happy about it, but it is coming out that the jab might not have been what we were told. And if you're on the Kyrie side of things, there's a lot of people that owe an apology. I'm sitting with that because that's quote unquote pregnant pause because it's just the thought of that, and then now I have seen because a question and shout out to Bliss, she was the first person I knew that ever asked this question. What does a computer do have to do with medical? Bill Gates, you make
Mm,
computers, but
guess
there
we
are
do.
conversations between Gates and Epstein that are very concerning, very concerning. So to avoid us getting,
Allegedly.
even allegedly. No, it's not allegedly. It's in the files. So actually, we have to say allegedly. It's in the files.
Allegedly, because it could be fake, because the hooks.
Yeah, that's what they likes to believe. So for all the people that sat where Kyrie sat, that sat where we sat and said, "Hey, some about this don't jive." We're learning in real time. Not only is it something about this that doesn't jive, but maybe it was something sinister behind it.
Maybe.
Obvious reasons, I want to be very, very wrong about that. But
But
as you said about a
in one
certain,
sense, we are not wrong.
well, the problem is, sir, if we're not wrong, that means quite a few people we know are sitting ducks.
I think you should know what I'm implying, but I think we've already got to that point.
Took a peek at what you and I had talked about. Yeah, looks like the instances of certain cancers has markedly increased.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not saying one is causation. All I'm saying is since a certain jab, the instances of cancer, all of them, a few in particular, has increased. That's a
Mm,
very interesting coincidence there.
it's not at this point. Shout out to Jim Gordon from Dark Knight. But yeah, at this point, you gotta stop believing coincidences.
I just white men are evil. That's this white men are evil
Man,
because
humans can be like, but yeah, I agree, but
that's the problem. You're right. Every human has it within the cable, but when you start looking at how do we get here with capitalism and hoarding and wealth hoarding and resource hoarding and you people deserve it, but you people don't deserve it, and you're an alien, and you're illegal, and how do we get here? And when you start asking that question, really look at why and who, it all comes back to the same group of motherfuckers. I just, and clearly, it maybe it's just not in my DNA. It's definitely not in my social upbringing and so on and so forth. I could never. One of the things I enjoy, and I don't know if you do. I don't know if you've done it all. One of the things I enjoy is a new day. Like every now and again, I'll pull an all nighter for no reason, not like just or better yet, I'll be up early, just whatever reason, be up. When it's daylight savings time, sunrise is about it's 6 in the morning ish, 36 in the morning ish. If I'm just up early, it's something about seeing the sunrise, smelling fresh air, listening to birds. At no point in time of my existence on this earth have I thought, damn, you know what? I can control all this shit. It just never crosses the brain. Never crosses the brain.
That's your problem.
Clearly, clearly. Because there are groups of men who think I could own all this shit. And
Yeah,
then they've set out to do it.
I'm not gonna say anything. Done it.
Just like my immediate thought is, yo, this is so beautiful. This is so pristine. This is just nature. Damn, I wish I had somebody to share this with. Damn, I only hope somebody somewhere else in this world is doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now, just standing in the world and enjoying its beauty.
Yeah, people are
I'm
doing it.
trying to
People doing it. They're not in power, but they're doing it.
and I'm happy I don't have it in my DNA. Be like, yo, I can own all this shit. Better yet, I can own it and I can make other people pay me for. Wait, not. I can own it. I can make other people pay me for it. And if they can't pay me for it, I can lock them up so they can't even see it. Boom. You know how fucking sinister that is? Damn. Like that's where we're at with things. That's a wild place to be, man. That's a wild place to be. I'm thankful to be me. I'm thankful you are you. Um, Even though we don't know a whole lot of them, I'm thankful there are more of us out there. The trick now is trying to find them. The trick now is trying to find them. Off top, I can't really think of much else. You know, Bad Bunny, same old shit. Dow's over 50,000. What else you got, dog? If not, I can wrap it up. And it's just good to be back in the saddle. We'll try to get more consistent as we always do. But I got nothing else, man. What else you got?
Yeah, nothing.
Well, to that end, we still here. We still rocking. Maybe not as frequently, but the world is still spinning. And oof, we ain't going. We ain't going for a little while, but we ain't going. But on behalf of myself, my amazing co-host, yeah, I said a podcast. We will check y'all when we check y'all. Peace.
Yo.